and we talked about using functions, and you always start with the golden rule of an equals to sign, and then write the particular function you want. And so in this case, we want count. So basically, we want to count every row in the column D. And so last week, I said you could use your mouse to hover and select the count, but you can use the tab as well, and it auto completes. And then it gives you what the range you should select from. Okay. And normally you can also hit Shift Command and up. You select from here and you hit Shift Command and your up key, and then hit Enter, and it gives you the total count. Personally, for me, if I know the top cell and the last cell, I just sometimes type it out if I really don't want to go through that process. So in this case, I can do a D2 column and a D1001, and then it gives me the count of that range. So basically, or if I change this to 1027, it then gives us the complete range from if you hit Shift Command and down. And the same can be said for if you want to use sum using the sum function. You hit sum and then you hit enter, and you're going to get the sum of all this value. That's this income column right here. And then if you want the average as well, it follows the same process. That's what we're talking about, understanding the basics. You hit tab, it auto completes, and then you can drag and select, or you can type it out depending on what you want to do or what feels comfortable for you, in case you don't want to drag. So basically that's the whole process. So you start by putting in the equals to sign, and you type SUMIF, it's the one below sum, and you hit tab. So in this case, the range we want is the income column, which is in D, and it starts from D2, and then it ends at D1027. So you see immediately Excel highlights the whole cell for you. Then you put the condition you want, because we don't want to sum for everything. We want to sum for only employees or people in this data set that are earning more than 50,000. You then put the condition you want. And then we do that by starting by putting a double quotation, and then say we want those that are earning greater or equals to 50,000. In other words, 50,000 and above. So those are the total sum we want to see. So that's the condition. So this basically means give me, I've selected the range of the income column. Although I want to sum it, but I don't want to sum everything. I want to sum those who are earning over 50,000. And then you hit enter. What this is telling you is that this is the sum for only people who are earning more than 50,000. You can also do it for any other stuff you want to do for 70,000, and then it will give you the sum. Now, if you want for more than one condition, if you notice for SUMIF, we're doing for only one condition. We're saying give me only the sum of those who are earning more than 50,000. If you want to do for more than one condition, let's say I want to get the sum of people who occupation is management, for instance. Remember, occupation is our column G here. It shows what kind of occupation you are doing. And also want to check for, let's say, F is the educational status. So maybe you get a request that I want to see how much the total sum of people who their title is management and have a graduate degree. So you see right now we're having more than one condition. Now in this case, you use what we call the SUMIFS. There's an extra S at the top. Now SUMIF will not be able to do that because SUMIF only takes one condition. So the difference between the SUMIF and SUMIF is SUMIF takes one condition, but SUMIFs take more than one condition. So again, once you start typing, Excel gives you some examples, and you can scroll and you can see that we have SUMIF and we have SUMIFs. Now, once you hit on tab, you're selecting SUMIFs. With SUMIFs, you always start with what you want to calculate. That's the range of what you want to calculate. And in this case, we want to calculate the income. And so the income we know is in the D column. And so we start with selecting the D column. Now, once that's selected, you put your question mark, and then you pick any of the arguments or the condition you want. Remember, we want to check for those that have a graduate degree and also have the title, their job title is management. And so you start with anyone. So we could probably, you first select the range from where you want to check, obviously. And that would then be, we could start with, for instance, G, which is the occupation, right? And so we say, give me the range. We are checking this range. Basically, that's what it means. We're checking this range. Remember, you can also hit Shift Command and the up arrow key on your keyboard, and you also select as well. But it's the same thing. But once you type it out as well, Excel automatically select. So basically, we are saying what we want to sum is the income column, which is column D. But we are looking for people who are in column G. Their occupation is management. So you put a comma, and then you put your double quotation, and then you type in management. Then you close your quotation. But remember, there's a second condition. Again, we then want to check how many of these people in management position also have, let's say, graduate degree, for instance. And again, you need to select the range. You need to tell Excel what range you're selecting from. And in this case, the range you're selecting from is, and the column you're selecting from is F. That's the range. So again, that's F2 and then F1027. And again, Excel selected for you. But what are we looking out for in this particular column? That is, you put a comma and then your double quote. And in this case, we are looking for graduate degrees. I think it's degree, and you close your quotation. Now, for some ifs, they allow for multiple. So you can go on if probably you even want to add more. I think K should be maybe their location. So it gives you as many conditions you can put. Once you've selected the number of conditions you want, you can then close the bracket. If you don't close the bracket, then you hit enter. So that's how sum if, sum and some ifs work. We know sum just sums up everything. Sums if you have one condition, and some ifs, some if you have more than one condition. The same can be said for count. So with our data set, for instance, if we want to see, for instance, want to group into lower salary range or higher salary range, for instance, if we scroll to the top here, we can see income. Let's say we want to do an income salary range. Let's just create one, let's insert one column by the side. To do that, you right click your mouse and you see insert. When you do insert, it creates a blank column. We can call this income range. So basically, we want to group our salaries under, using if, under high salary, low salary range, sorry. So again, just like every other function, you start with the equal sign, and then the if function is what helps us achieve this. So you can see it's telling us that you select your logical test. That's what you want to use to gauge, if you get what I mean, in terms of, oh, we want to check income. So it's income we're checking to see if they are higher or they are lower. So it's the income cell, which is income column, which is the column D. And so you select that, which is the D2. So once you select it, you've selected what you want to compare, and now you then put your argument. So we're saying, let's just say if the income type to the person is less than 100,000, for instance, it means the person is categorized as a lower salary income person. So you say less equal to 100,000. Hold on, let me move this. So let's say if the person is earning less or equals to low 100,000, they are a lower salary earner. So you put your comma and your quotation mark, and then we are saying these people are lower salary earner, right? And you close your quotation mark. If they are not lower salary earner, which means they are above 100,000, what are they? That's the second argument. Then you put a comma and then a quotation mark and write what the second argument is. In this case, higher salary earner. So basically, you've selected your logical test, which in this case is the income. That's what we're measuring. And we're saying if it's less or equals to 100,000, the first argument, which is if it's true, if it meets the statement, which means the person is earning less or equals to 100,000, that is true, give them a lower salary earner. If not, it means they are more than 100,000, which means it's false, then it means they are higher salary earner. And then you hit enter. For if a function, it always allows for just one cell. And then when you select the cell, you can then drag down. Or better still, you just double tap. When you put your cursor towards the bottom right, it gives you this this cross, and then when you double tap, it fills the rest. And then right away, you can see low salary earner, higher salary earner based on the if condition. And then you start again with your equals to sign. But in this case, we're using ifs because we are doing more than one argument, right? More than one check, and we're not just checking to see, compared to see if it's just lower or higher. But let's say we want to do something for medium. We want to also add for medium. And we can continue with the other function. So we're just trying to touch on everything you can do on Excel whilst working on a spreadsheet to, do some bit of analytics, the basics. So now we've been able to use the if function to categorize the income based on higher salary or lower salary using ifs, and also to use if so that we can add a third condition, which is income. Another function quickly before we go to pivot table quickly is you can always use min and max. So probably we'll try that for age. If right now I say what's the maximum age for the people on this data set, you can just keep scrolling and looking for, and so you use the max function to do that. So that's also pretty straightforward. You just type equals to and you write max. It gives you the option. You use tab to select it, and then you select the range. I know we are doing that from column N. That's the age. So that'll be N2. Again, you can drag or you can use shift command and the arrow key, and then select N1027. Hit enter, and we get 89. So it's telling us the maximum age, because this is the age, is 89. So you probably have gotten a request to look for the maximum of something, you just use max. In the same vein, if you want to know the minimum age, is min, and it gives you the minimum age or the minimum number in that cell, which is 25. Median also, it gives you the middle number, and then we also have the median function. You can select it, you hit enter, and then you get the median, which is 43. So you do more of these things when you're doing lots of analysis, finding the max, the mean, the median, and their minimum functions, but they follow the same process, which is you use the equal to sign and whatever argument that particular function is looking for.